guys.
Hey everybody, and we're back. Okay, so
Maybe.
oh wait, let me get this music down so I can talk clearly. So, last session, you all were returning from the bandit camp that you raided to free the villagers from the gnomes and the satyrs and the Mitrosian vineyard. You found a long-lost connection to one of your party members, and then you were rewarded, and the entire encampment feasted and sung your praises, and it was an amazingly wonderful time. There's some intimate chatting going on back and forth between a couple of the players. And then the next morning, you made your way back to Mitros to begin the Great Games. Climbing up Mount Vulcan with the entirety, it seems like, of Mitros, and then dozens, if not hundreds, of representatives from all the various kingdoms and peoples of Thylea. You witnessed the opening ceremonies given by King Acastus and Commander Gaius, and all the priests and priestesses, the gifts to the gods, and so on. And the games began. One by one, most of you competed in the events that lead up to the finale of the Great Games, the finale known as the Great Relay, which is the next and final competition here at the Games. Some of you met with more success than others, but it was a fun, challenging, entertaining time all the same. Each event, the night between, a veritable flurry of activity and revelry and wine and food throughout all of Mitros. It's been a week-long party. So, when we left off, the final event before the Great Relay had completed. You were awarded your medals, and the crowd dispersed to go down into Mitros for the evening. Now, speaking to the facilitators of the Great Games, your attaché, you know that there is going to be one day kind of off from the games so they can prepare the top of Mount Vulcan for the final event. And so you're going to have a day to do basically whatever you want in the city, recover a little bit so that all the competitors are fresh. If you don't have a full team of 5, you can attempt to find more people and whatever else you need to do on this day in between. So we're going to pick up the morning after the last event. So this is the beginning of that one day in between. So you guys find yourselves in Mitros. You're at the estate of the Oracle. You have all of your equipment with you. You're surrounded by all of your friends. And you're together. And welcome back, Renatus. So, you have the scene. What would you like to do?
First, just a heads up, Joey. As far as I know, Twitch still says we hunt showdown.
Yeah, I'll fix that. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
Why is it so bright?
Your aunt's presumably just, despite being healed, just like is holding something cold against the side of her head. Just like, well, that's what happens when you drink too much.
I'm just walking down with like a couple things of bread, and I'm like, hey, I was gonna think of a bear pun, but it's too fucking early. Just have a roll.
I know it's early. It's unbearable.
God damn it.
Isn't that embarrassing?
Ha 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 ha.
Okay.
We're off to a great start.
I'll come sauntering down, melodramatic. How's everybody feeling after the games? Having a wonderful time with the games? You enjoying the games? Fuck these games.
Oh,
My
yeah, I'm
head
sorry, you can't throw
What
shit
games?
nearly as good as me.
I throw a plate at his head.
It hits.
I am sitting there just going like, Please don't. I have been punched by so many things in the last day. Ow. And also, what do you mean, what games?
I know the games were happening. It started yesterday.
I mean, it started like 5 days ago.
That is 5 days ago!
Shit.
How much have you been drinking?
Don't ask. Because I don't remember.
Lycus, I think we got someone to drink under the table.
I think he's earned his stripes. He's I think he's worthy to sit at our table and drink with us.
I don't want to talk about that right now.
I mean, fair. Just drink the water. Drink the water.
Raina, are you alright? You've looked furious this entire time, and I mean more than your general resting bitch face. I mean that in the nicest way. I have a concussion.
Okay, I'll give that one a pass.
If you did it before, you will soon.
At this point, I would... how are you?
I'm fine. The Minotaur that was sacrificed the opening ceremonies, not so much. I think you guys playing in it throws like our approval behind it, which I don't agree with, but y'all do you. Some better than others. I look at like this.
I'm just here to have fun. Is everybody not here to have fun?
So
I'm having fun.
There's a
Clearly.
lot of shade getting thrown. Like, Lycus, did you not win a single game?
I mean, we
had
tried.
fun.
He entered every single competition.
You just...
No, I didn't.
You didn't
I
enter the long
entered
jump, right?
almost every competition.
Yeah, you didn't enter the long jump.
And I had fun.
It's very knightly of you to allow others to...
I'm not a knight. I'm a guy who likes fun.
Didn't
Right on, Captain.
Didn't Pelor? What was his name? The person helping us. Didn't he say we could? I feel like there's a way to bring up people into the final match, even if they've lost, didn't win a medal.
Oh yeah, we lost. Yeah, no. Have fun.
I will look at Cyanus.
I mean, I'll take one for the team. I'll bring Lycus in if we can, but what are you thinking?
As much as I remember from the games, which record, I know that's never, the opening like that has never happened, I don't think. Not like that. Never like that.
Has it never happened like that?
I mean, I just remember it being like goods and stuff.
So why did they amp it up this year?
I probably
Considering that,
like everything that's been happening.
considering they claimed that it was out the kindness of Sidon and Letharia to raise the hurricane, when in fact the 5 gods were the ones who did it. That they're trying to get into. Acastus is playing a very, very difficult game. Oh.
And Queen Valis seems to be letting him.
After this, I'd love to talk to her more about that. But the relay at the end, the great relay, we need 5 people to run in it. The winners of any event, so that would be Sionis and I. And I think I'm not going to outright try and meta this, but just I think there's a way we can bring people in, I think, to
It'd be relatively
both our
common.
numbers?
It'd be relatively common
Oh,
knowledge
yeah.
now that you can sponsor somebody. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Then we can sponsor. We can each sponsor somebody in, so that would make 4. And then we would need to find someone else to run in it.
Oh, not me. Don't count me in.
How close is Renatus to Euron? Because she's gonna try and like poke him in the shoulder and see how far, like how much he staggers.
That's up to y'all.
I'm just sitting at the bar. Leave me alone.
We're in her We're at her kitchen table.
Are we
What
all
bar?
at the kitchen table? Is this not the bar?
We're at the Oracle house. What?
Holy.
Check your pants. See if you're still wearing everything you're supposed to be wearing.
I had pants? It's news to me. I thought I was in robes.
Pantaloons.
Yes, so one of us can. I guess. Do you want to join in on the final relay? One last fun
Yeah.
hurrah.
I love having fun.
I mean, you've already
I'm just gonna
competed in
continue
most
to
of
have
the other one.
fun.
Do you want to run, swim, or climb?
I will swim. I am actually a proficient swimmer. You should see my brushstroke.
I mean, I know we've all seen your breaststroke.
Not all of us. And I just rub Renatus's chest.
Just wave wildly. Man.
And then I will. I'm not asking Bullbug because, frankly, no, not after what happened at the beginning.
Why don't you go ask your brother?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, he'd probably fucking love this.
I will work out roughly where he is. I'm not going to yell out of respect for our hungover friend here. I'm going to go walk over towards Fall.
Okay, he's outside right now, but yeah, you know he's out there, so you can go out there easy enough. You see him; he's kind of sitting by the garden, just kind of eating a breakfast and enjoying the morning air. The door opens as you walk through. He looks over. How's it going? You're on.
I think I have a concussion.
Is it a concussion or a hangover?
Considering how many people punched me in the head yesterday, I think I'd say it's the concussion.
Punch drunk.
Whatever you say.
But I wanted to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
So we need more people to run in the relay, and I'm allowed to sponsor somebody who didn't win a competition. Would you like to run with us?
Well,
You can say no.
no, it's not that. I'd
No, you only have to say it once.
be more than happy to show the sons of bitches a thing or two, but I don't know. I just figured you might get one of your other friends first. But if nobody else wants to do it, I'm happy to show them up. Do what I can. I just figured, with y'all being the heroes of the prophecy and all, might have been Ina or that magic fella you just picked up, but I don't know how fast he can run or swim or climb or anything
That's
like
why
that.
that's why I asked you first. And Ina says she does not want to compete.
Yeah. You
I
think
can
Ina
imagine you were.
You think Ina give me a black eye if I competed? I mean, if she's against it, yeah, I don't want to piss off Ina.
I think she's more likely to give me the black eye for encouraging you. You're good.
All right, but if she comes at me, I'm just gonna let you know I'm throwing you in front. That's just how business is.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right, count me in. They're gonna beat some ass.
Give him a. Hells yeah, we are. Give him a hug. Bro hug.
Pound. I reckon I should go drink some extra water then. I'll be around here if you need me.
It's tomorrow, so we have plenty of time.
Alrighty.
Huh?
He climbs up and winks at you, turns, and walks out the gate.
Back in. Thumbs up.
Nice. Alright, well, that's 4 out of 5. Who can we get as a 5th?
I have a thought, and it will fit in the spirit of mildly spitting in the eyes of the people of Mitros. A little bit. What about that Arisian fella that I was kicking the shit out of yesterday?
I mean, do you really think he'd want to team up with you? I mean, if you beat the shit out of me, I'd probably be a little less inclined to.
Well, he popped back up and he kind of bowed, and then he proceeded to have some fun with Lycus.
People like winning.
It was. Yeah. Oh god. Then just oh fuck! I didn't mean it like that. I did not mean it like that.
Breakfast is the best meal of the day.
If you would
That
like
man has the right idea right there. I don't know if that's water.
Let's just call it water.
Well, I've known the DM since he was in college. Yeah.
Lycus, do you want to go to the bathhouse or something?
Do I want to go to the
Have a
bathhouse?
bath?
No. After the games, I'll go get my platinum level
Yes.
gifted.
Yes.
I will get that after the games. Until then,
Yes, sir.
no rest for the wicked. What do you want, cat? Why do you have to be here? You ruined my moment.
You see a cat somehow clambered into the Oracle's estate and is just harassing Lycus's legs.
Just stop. You're embarrassing me.
Alright, so if not him, who else do you think we might be able to talk to? I mean, like, it's good to have our options.
I don't think the other champions of Mitros, but there are the other champions of Mitros. I'm not sure. There's the Amazon. I don't think she would. There's a couple from Astoria, and then there was the Arisians. Simply because this group that's going to be running is so far three people are, as far as I know, identify as male, and then there's me. I don't think an Amazon would be up for running in that group. Also, but we just need to find out who's unavailable, who hasn't won an event.
Oh, well, all right. Here's the deal. I can go sweet talk the dude that you beat the hell out of, or tried to.
If he doesn't want to, offer him a rematch.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. But I'll go track him down. You guys see if you can find someone else.
Lycus, shall we go hunting?
No, we shan't. I'm going to sit here and enjoy my sausages until it's time to go. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. I'm sitting right here.
It's tomorrow. You're going to sit here in that chair eating sausages for an entire day.
Why?
Well, I mean,
damn right.
It probably wouldn't be the first time he spent an entire day putting sausage in his mouth.
I'm going to the library. And I storm off.
Buddy! Renatus, can you go check on him?
Yeah. Just give me a minute.
I will offer like a hood or something to put over Renatus's head so he doesn't have as much of the sun.
I have my own hood. Get off me.
Rude.
Throw the cowl on. And just kind of find my way.
You got it. So, like it's doom 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 doom. Or not this out the door. Alright. What are you three doing? I believe Cyanus was going to check in with Sai, the competitor from Arizio. And
Yep.
so it leaves Aina and Euron.
I'll go talk to the queen.
Okay.
If I can.
Sure.
I will go. Oh god, I think I need to flip a coin or something. Let's either go with Aina or go ask. Fuck. We'll trust Aina to do her own thing. I'm going to go down to the tavern and see if I can find out anyone else who isn't attached, just in case.
Okay. You got it. So you go downstairs to the Titan's Rest and start asking around. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Those two are off having a roleplay moment. So I'm gonna go left to right on my screen. I'm sorry, Cyanus. I'm seeing your name now on VC, it's messing me up.
Yeah.
Cyanus. You know that the Arisians are also here at the Titan's Rest. You don't see any of them downstairs, but you've seen them over the several nights come in and out of their room because they seem to have meditations or something along those lines at night. So when y'all are bar crawling back in, you would notice them outside meditating and things. So you know where their room is. You know, see them going in and out. So how would you like to approach this?
I see that they're in the middle of something, and I'm like, I don't want to interrupt their flow or anything like that because I know that I'd probably get on my nerves, and I'm already like trying to get on their good side with this. So I'm just gonna kind of stay off to the side and just hang out for a bit, and while I'm waiting for them to be done with their stuff, and like as soon as they get up or whatever, I try getting his attention.
Okay. So after about 20 minutes or so, you notice what seems to be a good opportunity as they're getting up and starting to walk back from where they were. And you see several of the companions, and then Sai, the individual that was a competitor, has a couple of bruises on his face, but seems to be walking and acting as though there's no problem at all. He notices you there, and he and his friends walk up, and he slightly bows a bit to you.
I bow back.
Good morning, Cyanus. It's a pleasure to see you. It seems as though you have business with me.
Yeah, I had a bit of a proposition. I mean, I'm sure you know, tomorrow's the big day with the big relay race. Our team is a little short, and we were talking it out amongst ourselves, and I think you would be a really good addition. I know both of my partners went up against you, and you pretty handily took care of them yesterday at the boxing event. And I mean, I thought it was super impressive to watch, and kind of curious how good you'd be at the running.
Well, I appreciate the invitation. It seems as though our lord in Arisia saw fit to have Georges and Hatria and 3 other competitors compete for the glory of Arisia. Apparently, me being bested by one of you was not a mark in my favor. However, it would be an honor to compete alongside one who has bested me in martial combat. So, if you would have me, I accept.
Of course. And, I mean, maybe a little bit better than Glory of Country. What about glories of being with the people that might end up saving all of this?
Indeed.
Well, if you want to see us, we'll be down in the prep area.
Very well. I will be here the rest of the day, preparing myself mentally for the challenges tomorrow. I will see you at dawn, unless you find me before then, if you have anything else to attend to.
I got it. Well, pleasure doing business with you.
Have a good day, Sinus.
You as well, Sai.
I'm going to turn and walk around you. As you notice, as they walk, there's no sound of footfalls. Their robes don't even seem to sway in the wind, as though they are just a solid entity gliding across the ground together. So,
Interesting.
1 second.
I've got an idea in my head for how exactly that looked, but I kind of don't want to drop a GIF in there.
Show us later.
Yeah, I got you.
Yes, Cyanus.
No, I mean, I was saying that shit out of character.
I know. I know you were. I just didn't want to call your name. I'm trying to remember your character names. So
I got
leave me alone. I know. After a brisk walk, this relatively cooler morning in Mitros, streets are almost barren, everybody seeming to be resting up and recuperating from the festivities of every night before this. You easily find your way, after a good 20-30 minutes, at the palace doors. There are several centurions outside. They notice you. They know that you are welcome by the order of Queen Valis, and so they allow you in and provide you a 2-person escort to the Queen's chamber, the same sitting room that you found her in the first time you met, surrounded by all of her assistants and the nobles that are conducting the day-to-day business. And as the door opens once again, she is lounging on that luxurious, fine chaise, looking in a mirror, and then you staring into the mirror, looking at her back. She sees the door open, and her eyes move up on the mirror, and she turns over her shoulder, and you see her flick her wrist, and not even a sound, and everybody else slowly and very quietly walks out. The bronze doors swinging slowly behind you, barely making a click as they settle into place. She rises up. Good morning, Anna. What do I owe this pleasure?
Oh, wasn't expecting that question. That was quite an opening ceremony for the Great Games. A sacrifice and a lie.
Yes.
And the purpose of misleading this entire country and all of its visitors would be what?
As I told you, I believe my husband has ulterior motives. He does not like to be shown up in front of the people of his kingdom. As far as the sacrifice, even I was not aware he planned to do such a thing. He has been spending a great deal of time with Gaius of late. Not that I saw him often or spoke with him often before, but lately even less so. And if I am to believe my own eyes, he's even spending very little time with his various concubines.
Be that as that may, you're gonna let one man lead this entire city down the wrong path? Further away from knowledge and wisdom, which you were supposed to be the goddess of? This seems antithetical to your entire being and purpose. And if you aren't upholding your purpose, what are you doing?
respect you, Aina.
I wish I could say the same.
Watch your tone, child. I am an ally whether you believe it or not. And even allies. Will you be needing anything else this morning, Aina? I have things that are more important than being tongue-lashed by a centaur.
I'm sure gazing into your reflection is super important. I will leave you to it. And I'll walk out.
You walk out. The door closes behind you, and then it opens again, and several attendants come in behind you as they walk past you as you're walking down the hall.
I'll just make my way back to the Oracle's place.
You got it. Huron. You spend a decent amount of time talking to the other fellows in the Titan's Rest Inn, and then as some people come in and go out, you kind of get the lay of the land regarding the competitors tomorrow, who's in, who's out, etc., and so on. You discover, without, role-playing 10 different interactions, you discover that the individuals representing Mitros are Spira and Leyland, and 3 other centurions from the King's Guard itself. The individuals representing Astoria are Egan and Falana, and 3 of the type of individuals that would go out into the woods with Theracles and you all, kind of like scouts, rangers. 3 of them. They're relatively unknown. You don't recognize the names. They weren't announced, but they are there. And they are competing with them for Astoria. And then Arisia is being represented by Georges and Hatria and 3 relative nobodies that just performed really well in the events that you all did not entertain. Some of the more arcane kind of sidebar ones. And they are representing Arisia. For quite a bit of coin, if the rumors are to be told. Since apparently Sai is not representing Arisia as he was supposed to. So aside from escaping this situation, Lycus, was there anything you were doing at the library, or were you just getting out?
Yeah, no, I'm actually going to be looking in the historical section of the city and see if they have anything as far as like drawings, architectural layouts of the cult of Lutheria and or the main palace grounds area, like archival archives of just anything, layouts, buildings,
Okay.
mysterious underground tunnels.
Give me an investigation check, please.
Investigation. 9.
Okay. There are many books covering the temple and the Temple of Lutheria, more along the lines of how it used to be, like when they would have massive renovations and things of that nature. There would be artists' drawings of how things have changed and where they are and everything. There isn't really any secretive knowledge. There is some renderings of a dungeon for royal prisoners beneath the castle itself. From best you can tell from the images, there's a few dozen cells underground. The castle itself, I don't really know how to describe it just from pictures, except for what you saw inside. Glorious, large, expansive, all centered around the throne room, etc. And then there's several other rooms above, floors above, with many, many rooms for visitors, servants, libraries, all that, things like that. As far as the Temple of Lutheria, the oldest ones that you find have it being nothing more than a relatively small, unkempt shack, much like everything else in Stygian Row. And then over time it is built up to this relatively grand, large, black stone edifice type building that you all came to know. and it seems like the people that originally serviced the Temple of Lutheria were Stygians themselves, and for quite a long time. Then over time, more humans and other races started to take over the mantle here in Mitros. You tell that from the drawings of the individuals in these pictures done by the artist.
Yeah, excellent. That's just what I'm trying to just trying to get some little background knowledge into some areas, and then if I can dig up anything on Sidon's temple, that'll be of note. I mean, it doesn't have to be the historical data, but if I find anything of note, because I feel like we're going to be paying some places some visits soon, and just want to try to just learn some layouts.
There are a few manuscripts and books about Sidon's temple. However, they're all relatively recent, since it seems to be a new edition. Either because there was never anything there before, or whatever was there is completely gone and has been struck from record, or something like that. You just can't find anything older than a couple decades.
Okay. After all that's said and done, I'm gonna just go try and hang out with Aola, see how she's doing, and that's about it for me.
Okay. She's back at the Oracle, so you can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that.
Renatus, you were tracing Lycus. Were you doing anything in particular besides being a buddy?
I'm gonna, follow him, make sure I don't bump into anyone. Still queasy. When we get there, I'm watch him do that. I'm actually gonna try to see if there's any ingredient books to anything that I can make for holding your breath, or any kind of concoction I can make.
Like potions and things of that nature?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. We'll say that you would know that you would have to go to not the more general purpose library type place, but the academy specifically, where the mages wing, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
Search there, but yeah, give me an investigation check.
21.
Okay. There is a book that seems to outline ingredients you would need for some of the more common potions, and there are several copies of it. And if you were a friend of the Academy, you'd be more than welcome to borrow a copy of this book. That being said, the reagents and tools and things of that nature that you would need to create these things, you would have to either pay to use them at the Academy, and also probably pay somebody to help you along with the process, since you've never done it before, so you don't waste any time, since there's kind of a suspense on what you're doing, I'm assuming, for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could borrow the book and then you could start tinkering with making potions on your own in the future, whenever. Either way, you'd have to kind of be an established figure of the Academy, known to people, have a reputation, so you could try talking around with people and becoming a friend of the Academy and getting your name out there, or find somebody to pay to try and make one for you in the amount of time, or if they have any for sale. But other than that, that's kind of your limit at this moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's great. Headache just helps out talking.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I want to find someone to talk to try to either borrow the book first and foremost, get maybe some instruction, or if there's any for sale.
Okay, give me a persuasion check to see if you can make nice with one of the staff, one of the tenured mages there.
Persuasion. This is really good. 7.
Okay. Although they enjoy your company and sharing the knowledge with a fellow arcane type, they kind of new face, not really going to trust you with any of their stuff. But if you do want to attempt to buy some, they have one of their Academy fellows likes to tinker with potions, and they will even sell it to you for a reduced cost. Although, since this is experimental potions, not exactly sure if it'll work right. They do, however, also refer you to an alchemist in the Agora, the market, if you would like something more specific and supposedly guaranteed to work.
Supposedly.
You never quite know with magic. What would you like to do?
Well, since I'm here and make nice, so spread my name around. I'll see how much is the potion.
It would sell it to you for 125 gold pieces, but they stress they cannot guarantee it'll work. If it does work, it should give the individual who consumes it the ability to breathe underwater for an extended period of time.
Extended. Awesome. Off topic. How's our purses looking?
Yes.
We have like 10,000 gold.
No,
Yeah,
we don't.
yeah,
No, we don't. No,
We well,
have
I mean,
enough.
yeah.
Don't tell the DM we got 10,000 gold.
I know how much you have.
We say we have enough for the potions.
I
Oh,
always know how much you
we
have.
have.
We've got more than enough. Plus,
We
we
have-
won those 3 medals last
We have
session,
enough to
so
get by.
We're good. Let's put it this way: if I wanted to bankrupt that one place, I probably could.
Yeah, because everything's going for a copper, right? And it's just a 10 copper. Bankrupt the whole thing.
No. I mean, like the Fight Club, I could probably run all the money out of there.
All right. Well, before we get into a heated argument, I'm gonna, schmooze up a little bit, rub some elbows, buy the potion from the academy. Hopefully, meet some other people, and then I'll also go look for the alchemist. Go talk to
Okay,
him.
so you are gonna buy the experimental potion?
Yeah.
Okay, so 125 gold pieces.
Just, nah.
And you can go ahead and add a potion of water breathing to your inventory. But I need you to roll a d20 for me. And the cat from the Oracle's estate seems to have found Lycus on the streets. And look, Lycus has a familiar. A bard with a familiar.
$13.
Okay.
All right.
He appears to have found another cat.
The cats are running rampant in Mitros nowadays. Okay, so you got that, and then you were going to go to the Great Agora to Zoran's concoctions to see if he had anything?
Yes.
Okay. Just kind of abbreviate this a little bit. Zoran has a little bit of a crowd there, not much, barely any people on the street. He talks to you, you tell him what you're looking for, you describe kind of the same thing that you got there. He says, yes, I have one of those, of course, and so on. But it would cost you 250 gold pieces for what he assures you is a legitimate, 100% foolproof, definite potion of water breathing.
How well does it work?
Well, he explains. And again, it gives the consumer the ability to breathe underwater for a limited amount of time. About an hour.
$250? Are we being like frugal here?
Oh, I assure you it is my best price, sir. Best price for one of the heroes of the prophecy, yes. Best price. Friend price. Nobody else gets a deal like that in Zorda's concoctions. It will work. It will work.
Great, I hope it does. Yeah, I'll buy that too.
Excellent. Excellent choice. Excellent choice, sir. You'll be most pleased. Most pleased. And he turns around and hands it to you. And you see in this vial, it's kind of light blue in color and kind of frothy, but either it's a trick of the light or something you can't really discern, but looking at the liquid kind of flowing almost like lava, there seems to be maybe like a tiny jellyfish inside of it. Very peculiar. So now you have 2 potions of water breathing. Or so you believe.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. After spending all that money, I'm gonna walk back.
Okay. So, I think that wraps everybody up. Am I correct? All of your separate business?
Wanted to I was trying the Amazons, the actual campaign, the kind of the games. Would I've learned anything helpful? If not, I'll be double checking, seeing if there's any Amazons in the Titan's Rest, and going one last push of gently asking questions and all that.
Okay. Since you've been attempting to hit them up throughout the week, give me one last persuasion check with disadvantage because they're getting kind of frustrated with you now. And again, any information that you may or may not get, we will resolve offline since it isn't really relevant at this moment.
Now I'm just wondering if I even should. Oh God.
Well, you got to roll now. You already said you were.
Trying to get the disadvantage thing right.
You just hold control.
That's a 4. How much bludgeoning damage do I take?
You're largely met with indifference. They aren't going so far as to give you the cold shoulder, but they're definitely walking away from you as they're being polite. And before too long, you get the hint.
Alright.
So, one by one, you return from your individual sojourns, your individual quests, and coalesce back at the estate of the Oracle. Here you are, sitting amongst your friends, your tasks completed. The scene is yours.
Well, I've got good news. How about you guys?
Lycus was reading some books. He's good.
I got like scrolls laid out.
I may or may not have pissed off the queen.
Cool,
Wait.
cool. I got
a potion.
Sai on our side.
The Amazons are not going to talk to me anymore.
Why do you have a potion?
It's for breathing underwater.
I don't think we can use potions.
Can we not? I'm trying to help.
I thought the rules of the games were nothing more than magically allowed. I don't think potions. I don't know.
Magic potion.
Potions are kind of magic.
Well, they are, but it's not like of the caster's ability. I thought I was under the impression of. I could be wrong.
Yeah, caster
I think
made it.
no, because I think I was going to try and use a potion of heroism that I was given, and I was told no. But I appreciate the sentiment.
Well, we got potions of water breathing. So
We can use it to go rescue whoever does the swimming portion, should they need it.
there we
I think
go.
I'll take one of them just in case. Maybe I get to a point where I can't get out. I can use it, but like instead of dying, I'm gonna,
Works for me. I'll give him the. I'm gonna like take them both out and look at them. They both look the same. Just one has a jellyfish in it.
You realize upon closer inspection they are identical.
Sweet. I guess.
You got this from the same place?
Yeah.
You got both of these from the same place?
No, I did not.
Okay. Oh, so they're two different places.
Yes.
Oh. Well, if they look the same, then it's got to be it.
Yeah, one came from the academy, and then the other one came from the shady guy down the street. So.
Oh.
Both of you, give me an Arcana check
Oh God.
Please.
There's no magical property. It's literally just a bottle of fucking seawater and a jump
26.
Oof.
Okay. Well, and
I'm eating my sausages.
I was gonna go back and say Renatus can actually roll with advantage, but it's not really gonna matter with that roll because this is more his area than a bardic area. I would say you are aware that, and you weren't here for last session, so this will help too. There's an individual, a powerful mage, who is making sure nobody is cheating by casting spells on opponents and things of that nature. So, stands to reason he's using some form of detect magic or an item that helps him do that, and so on. If such a thing is being used, then the potions themselves would exude a magical aura, based on whatever type of magic they tap into. However, once an individual imbibes them, that effect would be dissipated. You can't sense the effects of a potion inside a body. So, if that's what's happening, and you wanted to possibly skirt the rules, that is a chance.
Give me that fucking potion.
It may or may not work.
I'm already glowing as one can glow with magical emanations. They wouldn't be able to discern anything even if that was the case.
So you're gonna give him one of the potions?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to him. Here you go.
Like I don't have 25 pieces of flair. Like I've got 30 pieces of magical flair. You know, it's everywhere.
Okay.
I am the North Star of detect magic.
Okay. Give me 1 second here.
So one guy's going around and doing all that, and is it true that only one caster can be linked to one other person? So like I can't like buff the whole party.
I'm sorry, 1 second. I'm whispering something to Aina to help facilitate this potion. That means you not share this information yet, Aina. Okay, so Lycus, you receive a potion from Renatus. I need you to roll me a d20, please. Oh, she'll be able to say it out loud, but thank you, Lycus. Okay, so
Does a 19 work?
Aina, you know what potion he received, yes? Okay, keeping the
Look
DM
at
honest
that
here.
smirk on her damn face.
Okay,
Look
so
at that.
what was your question, Renatus?
I said, from the wording, it said one magical augmenter for one person. Does that mean that I
Correct.
can only augment one person?
Correct.
Okay. And it has to be before the start of the entire race, or can I be like next to the person and augment them before they start their?
You can basically cast anything you need to cast on them right before the beginning of the event.
Okay, so even if they're the fifth leg, I can't cast it on them before their leg starts.
Correct. Then you'd be out on the relay course and all. No, it's not how that works.
Okay. Works for me.
The entire course, just so you know, the entire course should take about, totally giving a random number here, we'll say 10 minutes. Okay. It doesn't have to be realistic because this is fantasy. So, 10 minutes from beginning to the end of the relay, all 5 competitors are going through it.
Nice.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Tracking.
And do we know ahead of time what events are going to be in the relay, or?
You do.
Okay.
So I am not lying to you. Giving you good information here. Alright. So, based on your previous experience here in Mitros, those of you who have come from here, and talking with people, it is well known that there are 5 legs. Okay? They all include physical activity of some sort, whether it's running, climbing, jumping. The first leg this year is a run on the beach, on the sand. From there, you will run about 300 feet, fast as you can. From there, you will jump into a frozen lake, the water in one of the mountain lakes on Mount Vulcan has been magically frozen, and there is a hole carved out and a passageway that the competitor must jump into the hole, swim underneath the ice, and pop up on the other side in one breath. The next leg is a sheer cliff face. It's about 300 feet high. It's rocky. There are handholds, but it's difficult. The fourth, you're running down a mountain path to come back down to the beach. And the last leg is on the beach, running to complete the circuit and end where you began, also 300 feet, give or take. It is also well known that if there is not some type of inherent danger in the course, so for example on the running legs, they have surprise events on each leg. So on the 3 running courses, there's going to be some type of secret challenge that the competitor must overcome while still making it through. And people have and do die during the Great Relay, and it's considered an honor to do so in service of glory for your kingdom.
Huh. What about... Has anyone ever killed another participant? Or led to the events of the death of another participant, such as so-and-so is drowning, and I kicked off on him and pushed him even further down instead of helping him up. Kind of, not if I did it, but if somebody did something like that, or so-and-so accidentally slipped and pushed so-and-so off the cliff, or, has that ever happened? Is that frowned upon? Like, what's the wording on that?
It has, and so it is also well known that Archimedes is monitoring the entire thing for magical interference and cheating of that nature, and the Oracle is looking for anything else that is unsportsmanlike or unfair. She is the final adjudicator because she is unbiased. If one of the participants does interact in that way, cheats for lack of a better term, then whatever circumstance happens to the individual they cheated against, if that person ends up dying, broken leg, whatever, that is a punishment inflicted on that individual, plus their sponsor, in most cases a kingdom, has to pay a hefty gold fine. It's 1,000 for a broken bone, it's 5,000 if the individual died, it's 10,000 if it was an important noble or something of that nature that died.
And that means the person would also die. The person who,
yes,
because you said the same injury, so death would be inflicted upon.
Yes. Cheating is very, very highly frowned upon. The Great Games is the pinnacle. It is the pinnacle of the banner for what kingdom is most powerful, and it is used to not only celebrate the oath of peace and the peace that has lasted, but also to further cement that peace, giving the kingdoms a way to compete without resorting to widespread bloodshed. And that is also why many peoples throughout Thylea come to make sure that they have a at least somewhat peaceful relationship between the established civilizations and the outer wilds and the various towns and enclaves and things of that nature.
Good to know.
Right. So who's doing what? What order are we doing here?
I mean, I'll gladly take the downhill run. I mean, I'm not exactly a very athletic person, and I think me just hurtling down a slope would probably be my best thing.
Is that the beginning?
No.
Oh.
So we've got Styanus for the downhill climb.
That's leg number 4.
Okay.
It's a run, not so much a climb.
And I'm trying not to. We'll see, this will look vulgar regardless. Number 2 we know is Lycus on the swimming. I know it's a weird hand position. I should have counted in order. So first one, a run. That should be
Full on?
full on, I think. So we start off with a good head start. Stop looking at me weird for how I'm holding my fingers.
What are you, German? Not even Canadians count with their thumb as 1.
3.
No, that's my family's German. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm blonde and blue-eyed, and my name is Aria. What do you think?
I don't fucking know Aria being German.
I know that you're not getting
pasty
shot.
Canadian. Who loves maple syrup and stuff. I don't fucking know. Hey, your maple.
Then here, let me do this then for the Americans. I'm your...
You got to keep it simple for us. We're having a hard enough time counting as it is, okay?
Yeah.
We'll fit.
Oh, come on, Joey! All right. So...
just got it.
All right, so number 1, we have Folon on the first beach run. Then 2, we have Lycus on the swim. Then we have the climb. I would offer to do it, but I have a feeling that maybe we should have one of us do the final leg, so it would end on a champion.
I mean, we did get Sai to help us, or
Right, then.
he said he would help us, so maybe he'll be cool with the climb. I mean, he looked pretty beefy. I could imagine him being able to scamper up a wall.
All right, then Sai on the climb, Sionis on the downhill run, and me on the last leg.
Come on,
Alright.
winner. But yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
And really, Sai was cool, was all right with competing with us.
Yeah, apparently his people weren't like super cool with him losing at first, but then whenever he beat you guys in the boxing, they were like, "Hey, attaboy." So yeah.
I beat him in boxing.
Well, no.
No, I got the goal. I got the meat bra in that one. I'm the reason they don't want him competing.
Well, yeah. Well, either way, he was cool with it. So.
All right.
But yeah, he seemed like he'd be like really, really into it. So that's very, very good for us. Otherwise, we would be out of person.
All right. This.
Wait, I just had a thought.
Yeah.
He's part of what group?
Theory.
Arisia. He's Arisian.
He's a Resian. Wasn't there like a big money thing about the Resians? Like weren't like a lot of money on them, where they were gonna win a lot of money? Like
What's
they're
that?
I know I've heard that because they don't have Sai competing for them, they've paid some extra people an exorbitant amount of money to compete.
Oh, so they paid other people an exorbitant amount of money.
I didn't know there were such things as mercenary athletes, but I think they hired mercenary athletes.
Then I know him losing had the Arisians look down on him, right? So do you think that him being part of our team and beating their team again is going to be good? Just asking.
It's either that or it will put him as having one alongside the heroes of the prophecy.
I think he should go first.
I mean, I would love to see Volon climb up a wall. I mean,
Hey, don't forget, we saw Ina climb a tree.
Yeah.
And a tree that was on fire.
We have.
Well,
That was fucking something.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I just have a bad feeling about having him in the middle.
Realistically, he does have more to. He offered to join. If he's caught cheating and tries to say do something to one of us, it's on him.
Not that I think he's
But-
going to try to do anything to us. I'm saying he might.
He has more to lose. If he wins with us, it either has a mixed effect. It will either look better for him for having done things with the heroes, or it will look bad because he beat Arisia. But if he loses after having tried to win back some form of honor by joining us, if he loses in that, it's the same thing. Either it's a, well, I suppose you tried, which I'm not sure if the Arisians would do that, or it will look worse for him that he thought he would try and win his honor elsewhere. I think he has every reason to be honest and trying to compete. It will look worse for him if he does. If he.
I'm not. I'm not.
I understand.
Suspicious of him. I'm just saying. Got to look at it from both angles. Always the thinker. Ow.
All right. Well, I mean, worst comes to worst, we can just have those two, just, I don't know, flip for it.
I do like the idea of full on taking the first leg, though.
He is the fastest runner out of all of us. Yes. Bit of benefit there, yeah. Give us a good head start.
All right.
Well, we're up early tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, I'd take a hit from the horn, but I know if I did that, I wouldn't wake up in the morning.
I'm sorry, I honestly thought you heard you say, I not take a hit from the horn, so I was just very confused for a moment. No, I was just like, nah, no, what? No.
I know, you haven't done anything, drink. No.
Ina's gonna go to Thylia's temple and pray for the relay tomorrow for her friends.
Oh.
Okay.
But they don't need to know that.
Yeah, I want you to give me a religion check. So it's mid-morning, maybe creeping up on lunchtime by now. You have the rest of the day. Yes, also, I saw that. Make sure all you are long rested, by the way. It's the rest of the day to... We can kind of hand-wave any mundane things you want to do, but it seems like you kind of guys, y'all had everything kind of out of the way, so just kind of spend the rest of the day lounging around, call it an early night, prepare yourselves, etc., to meet Sai at dawn and walk back up Mount Vulcan, or whatever you like. If there is nothing else, then we can... Go ahead.
I one thought, and I just want to make sure, because I wasn't sure if this has been set up or not. Is Don anywhere?
Don the Dwarf?
Don the Dwarf, who is going to be arranging for our ship to be provisioned, yes.
Yeah, he's been spending most of his days down in the harbor. He has taken up residence at one of the smaller hostels down there, for lack of a better term, and he is arranging getting all the outfitting and the cargo and things of that nature that y'all would need for a sea voyage. He has been conversing mostly with Lycus to ensure that everything gets set up properly.
Don't worry, I got a bunch of pickles for you. I got 2 big old barrels of pickles and provisions just for you, because I know how much you love pickles.
You are so kind.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Then I guess I'm just going to go fishing off the dock and take that as a little moment to sort of mentally just be like, hope my family can hear me in some way, as I think, I'm coming. I know this feels like I'm taking forever, but I am coming, and there will be some glory to our name when you return.
Okay. You got it. Anything else? Brave heroes of Thylia. Going once. Twice, and...
I'm gonna, if it's still midday, I want to go schmooze at the academy some more. Just go talk and mingle with.
Okay. We'll say you're building a rapport, and after 3 times of dedicating some amount of time to doing that, let you roll persuasion again. Okay. Were you about to say something like this, or were you being funny?
No, I was gonna ask, the whole magic thing.
Mm-hmm.
I am attuned to magic items.
Mm-hmm.
That says I can't use any of them. If I'm attuned to them, or if I just happen to have magical stuff on me that's not attuned.
Well, remember,
how's that working?
You compete in nothing but undergarments, or completely nude if you prefer. Just like all the other events.
Oh.
Yeah. You're under the bikini.
I don't care about your own bikini. I had mariner's armor, which lets me swim as easily as I can walk. But I don't know this now. Okay. I'm just like, yeah!
You would know that, because that was the rules for all the other competitions. That's character knowledge.
Sure.
We can say like it's just remembered that, sure.
Yeah, I just remembered I was like, shit! Like, as we're walking up, you're like, okay, strip. What? Strip. Strip what? Fuck! Okay, that's fine.
Before we go down for the night, I just want to bring everyone together. And I'm like, all right, I feel like we should all have a good luck charm. You don't have to have it on you, just, or maybe rub it in the morning just for good luck or something. And I start giving out the burnished coins that we'd gotten a couple sessions ago.
Okay.
So now everyone has one of those burnished Dragon Lord coins.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm going to attempt to try and do that coin trick where like you roll it over your fingers and it's just going to keep like clang. Clang.
I kick it the next time it fucking clangs.
Give me a dexterity check.
Oh god.
Just for fun.
Just for fun? Okay, where's my sheet? Da, 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 da. That's a 20!
Yeah, 2 or 3 times, and then all of a sudden it's floating across your fingertips. You're not even sure how you're doing it, but it's working. It's working. Also, I should note that all of you feel those of you who are arcane users, these coins seem to emanate some type of... They have a magical essence to them. Just so you know. You can identify them pretty easily. There's burnished Dragon Lord coins in D&D Beyond. So you can see what they are.
I'm gonna identify it.
That's fine. I mean, you have all day, so y'all can be... Everybody can identify them. Easy enough.
Sweet.
Burnished what?
Burnished Dragon Lord coin. Should be in there under that. If it's not, let me know. 99% sure that's what it is. Assuming you know how to spell burnished, by the way.
I know how to spell burnished.
I didn't say you. Way to call yourself out. Okay, so... Is there anything else to prepare yourselves?
I'm just gonna spend part of the afternoon just like going up and down the hill from the upper area down to Stygian Row. Just so I can like try getting into the groove of, hey, I'm gonna go down the hill, down the hill, down the hill.
You got it. Okay. Well.
No, just workout routine.
Fishing and workout routine. Cool. So, with that, this is the perfect time as we transition from day to night to morning to take a nice little break. All right, and we're back. I'm so excited. Okay, so the morning comes. You meet with Sai and all of your friends outside of the Titan's Rest Inn in the noble district of Mitros. You slowly, with the remaining of the large crowd that's forming in Mitros, everybody comes into this massive column rising one final time up the steep, craggy slopes of Mount Vulcan to the very top. Once you arise at the top, looking out over the amphitheater of sorts, you realize that they have set up this relay course consisting of 5 legs. Off in the distance, you can see a crag with a flag flying on the top. Just through the hills, you can barely see what appears to be an icy lake with a flag on it as well. And you see thick sand going out the right-hand side of the amphitheater, charting the course around, and then thick sand coming on the left-hand side as well. The road bends really, really close to the amphitheater, going around a corner so you can't see anything past it. The ceremony to begin the day is similar with how it has been all the other days. The Castus gives a rousing speech, the centurions are there in force, the priests and priestesses, minus the sacrifice, all the competitors are introduced. Mitros, Astoria, Arisia, and this time, the special guests, the heroes of the prophecy, competing for their own fame and glory, rather than that of any of the major 3 kingdoms here in Thylea. And their special guests, Folon the Centaur, and Sai, the warrior monk from the kingdom of Arisia. Your attaché begins to speak with you, make sure you understand all the events. He once again goes over the same things we discussed that your characters knew. The run, the swim, the climb, beaches, all that stuff. Make sure that you are all prepared, mentally and physically, to exert yourself, and that you are, for one last check, you are willing to die for this glory, if necessary, because those are the stakes. Those are the potential stakes, befitting of the Great Games. Nodding in agreement, Aina, she did adieu to your friends, and I assume you would stick around the amphitheater?
Yeah, I'd stay to watch.
Okay, so you go over by Bulbug, seated just behind the Oracle and Hera, Pythor, all your other friends. The crowd fills up, there is exuberant glee and joy and raucous cheering as the day's events begin. One by one, you are led off by the foreign judges that are standing at the beginning and end of each leg for your respective events. As the sun climbs higher up into the sky, in the bright, orange blazing sun of midday, all is prepared. We have Renatus and Folon at the beginning of the first leg. Joining you there is Spira, representing Mitros, Egon, representing Astoria, and Georges, the individual from the Order of Sidon, from representing Arisia. At the second leg, you have 3 of those relatively unknown competitors that performed well, along with... Who's second leg?
Swimming?
Second leg is going to be the swim, yes, so Lycus.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I thought it was third. I missed that.
You're good. I probably said it was third. Alright. At the third leg, 3 more unnamed competitors representing the kingdoms, and who's taking the cliff climb for the third?
Sigh.
Sai. Fourth leg, the downhill mountain sprint with Cyanus, and then the final set of 3 relatively unknown competitors representing the kingdoms, and for the final leg of the Great Relay, you have Leyland representing Mitros with his brawny frame, Balana representing Astoria, Patria representing Arisia, and Euron representing the heroes. The crowd settles down. Many of them leave the amphitheater itself to go to various locations along the path of the Great Relay to get a better look at the action at each of their favorite events. Everything is calm, waiting for the Oracle to signify the beginning. When she senses a high, the sun is at its apex. All of the partners, including Uranus, go ahead when you know the time is near, cast your spells for the beginning.
Fall on, this is gonna help you run real fast.
Oh, what are you going to do? What? Oh, I'm tingly all over. What in the... Woo! I gotta go. Come on. Let's go. I gotta go. Woo, come on now. Come on. Oracle gives a sign. A great horn from the amphitheater echoes throughout Mount Vulcan. And you begin the first leg, the beach run. So, each leg has 3 sections requiring you to make checks. There are untold challenges, perhaps, or some other environmental danger. So you can choose to go normal or fast speed. You have a higher difficulty running a fast speed, but you get more points. If you fail a check, you get 0 points. And at the end, all the teams are going to rally up their points to see who wins or who dies. Okay? So we have full on. I know. For the first leg, are you going to run fast, normal, well, fast or normal? So 2 options.
Fast.
Fast. Okay. So I need a DC 15 athletics check from you. And full on has advantage because of haste. Eight. Okay.
Wait.
So, no,
oh no, I hit the wrong
That
thing.
was disadvantage. Your first one was
Sorry.
a 14. You're fine. So what's his modifier for athletics?
7.
Okay, so yeah, you got to roll a 14, so you're good. So you get 2 points. The first leg. Let's see. Go to my first leg sheet real quick. Spira and Egan and Georges. I have side selected for some reason. It doesn't matter. It's a flat roll. +3. So Spira fails the first check. She stumbles. She gets 0 points. Egan, they're all running normally. Egan succeeds. He gets 1 point. And Georges fails. He gets 0 points. So, Full-on's off to a leaping start. Running ahead, going the sand's kicking up in everybody's face. You're jockeying because this path narrows through the mountain pass as it goes up. Sand making it hard to run, exerting yourself harder and faster and harder. You start to pull ahead. Time for the second check. What are you going to do? Normal, or are you going to keep going fast?
Keep going fast.
Alright, advantage athletics check. You see it again. Another 2 points. The Heroes of the Prophecy. They are going to try and run fast to catch up with you. They have a 15 to meet, all 3 of them. Alright, so Spear succeeds. She keeps pace with you. Egon fails for 0 points. And Georges fails for 0 points. As you're rounding the second leg, the path narrows. And just in front of Folon and Spira, the ground bursts open, sand flying everywhere. You hear a vicious roar as 4 lions leap out and slash at you, attempting to pin you to the ground. They're going to make attack rolls to you. Let's see. 1. The first one is going to be against Folon, and that is a +5 to hit. It's a 9. Second one is a 9. It's a miss. Third one's a 19. That's a hit. That one was against Egon. And 18, that's a hit. So Egon and Georges, they both take 1d10 slashing damage. We'll roll that once for them. 1 slashing damage. They need a DC 13 strength save, or they get knocked prone. Egon succeeds, and Georges succeeds. So, Folon and Spirit dart out of the way as these lions come roaring overhead, slashing out wildly at them. They keep pace. Both Egan and Georges get slashed across the chest, but they manage to keep their footing and continue on narrowly. Alright, this is the last leg. You're starting to see Lycus coming up ahead, Folon. What are you going to do?
Go fast.
Go for it. Alright, so that's a fail. So you stumble. Let's see if Spirit can pull ahead. She does not. She was running fast. The other two just getting slashed are going to run normally. DC 12. They have a +3, so Egon gets 1 point. And so does George's. Alright, so at this point, tag. All of you are off. Lycus. You get tagged. You see this massive open pit that goes into an under ice tunnel in this freezing cold water, this frozen lake in front of you. You have to swim 300 feet and pop out the other side to tag Sai at the far end. It's the first leg of the race. Are you going to use a potion or not? Because I thought you brought it with you. It's up to you.
Am I going to use the potion?
Yeah, as you see him coming, this will be okay. So you're not going to. So are you going to?
Yeah, it's a emergency use only.
Beautiful. Okay, so are you going to swim normally or fast?
Oh, normally, like I'm gonna hightail it, and then I like stick my hands by my side. I'm like,
okay, like it splashes into the water. So that is going to be.
I'm a fish mob.
It's a DC 12 speed check to you. So athletics check to you.
Athletics DC 12. Oh, that ain't right. All right, there we go. Boom, baby! Damn.
All right. So you get 1 point as you dive into the icy water. It kind of takes your breath away for a moment. Your body freezes up, but you push through and keep on swimming. So we got 3 unnamed competitors next to you. The first one's a +3. The second one's +0. The third one's +2. Y'all help me remember that. This should be a +3. He is going to start out going fast. And this is going to be a DC 18. All right, so he succeeds. So that's 2 points for Mitros. Next one's going to go normal. This is a +0 for a DC 12. He succeeds, that's 1 point. And the next one's going to go fast for a DC 18. And this is a +2. He fails, so he's 0. So, the other 3 competitors dive in. Both of them start to make headway. One of them getting ahead of Lycus. One of them kind of freezing up for a second before finally collecting himself and swimming on. Second leg, normal or fast, Lycus?
Normal.
Okay. DC 12. Alright, another point as Lycus continues on. And we're gonna go normal. That's a success. We're gonna go fast. A DC 18 with a +0. Fail. He freezes up, the water gets to him. And then we're gonna go fast because they're behind. That's a +2.
Ooh.
Fail again. So the water's starting to seep into their bones, sucking their breath out. Some of them start to freeze up a little bit. Lycus and the unnamed competitor from Mitros are neck and neck. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Well, like I have a satyr neck. You need a con save.
Constitution saving throw. As the water starts to chill your bones and your body starts to spasm, you gotta fight it off.
We got this. We got boom,
That's
baby.
a success. It was a DC 15. All right. So these are all +1s to con.
Ooh.
Fail.
Bye, bitch.
Fail.
Oh.
Fail. All right. So they lock up and they're struggling to breathe as ice floats by underneath. You pull ahead, so you're going to get advantage on this final leg. So, are you going to go normal or fast?
Normal.
Okay.
Look. The tortoise always fucking wins, all right?
You got it.
Boom, baby!
Lycus, tortoise dolphin flies up out of the water, slams the hand of Sai, and Sai goes darting towards the cliff. All right, the other 3 competitors.
And then I like seal the lake. I'm sure.
Normal roll. Another normal roll because they all failed and they're all frigid. Another point, and the final roll. This is a +2.
Oh.
Fail again. Arisia is not doing good. All right, so Sai darts towards the cliff. The other 3 go. This cliff rising, sheer rock face. It's craggy with minimal handholds. It's vertical. If you slip, you fall. 3 athletics checks to rise up, Sai. If you're going to climb normal, it's 12. If you climb fast, it's a DC 18. Normal? Okay, your mic was muted, but I saw your lips. Go ahead. You fail. Okay, so you get up 100 feet. As you go to reach up, you slip and fall that is going to be... Just gonna make it 66. 26 bludgeoning damage.
You're a monk, right? You're a monk, right?
He's not a regular player character monk.
Ah, shit.
You slip, you stumble down, you hit the craggy rock several places on the way down, catch yourself halfway, gripping hard. Your body is bruised and wounded. How many hit points does Sai have? You can double click. 31? Okay, so he's hurting now. The other two, let's see. Mitros is going to roll normal, they're doing good. And that is a +3, so that's a success. Astoria is going to roll normal, they're doing okay. Especially seeing Sai fall. That's a success. And Arisia is just not catching up, so they're going to go fast for 18. And that's a +2, so that's a success, so they get 2 points. So Arisia, Mitros, and Astoria pull ahead of Sai, climbing up the cliff face. Sai, what are you going to do? Normal? Okay. You start to climb up a little bit slower this time, a little more carefully for a DC 12. You succeed, that's 1 point. Gain some ground. Mitros and Astoria are enjoying their lead, so they are going to roll both normal, and Arisia is going to roll again for hard, for fast. The first one's a success for Mitros. That's a +0, so the second one is a fail, and he is going to take 66 and fall down. 22 bludgeoning damage. He falls down, ricochets, catches himself at the last moment just as Sai is pulling up to him, and Arisia is going to roll for hard, because that was not Arisia, this is Arisia. DC 18. He also falls. Oof, another 66 damage. He falls down past the competitor from Astoria and Sai, catching himself 19 bludgeoning damage as he tumbles down along the way. Alright, this is the final leg. You're starting near the top. What are you going to do? I can see or hear at that time. I'm assuming it was normal. DC 9, it's a fail. That's another 20 bludgeoning damage. Alright, so Sai loses his grip. Just as he's reaching up to the top, he slips. He slams his chin on the edge of the cliff. Tumbles down. He goes unconscious. Can't catch himself. 300 feet down. Ouch. That's going to be a -6 for a competitor who did not finish. Alright, so the competitors from Mitros and Astoria see this. They're going to go normally. It's a 15 with a +3, so that's easy. That's 1 point. Astoria, that's +0 for a... What did I say it was? A 12. That's a fail. And then Arisia, he is going for broke. Why did I try and roll 2? DC 18, trying to climb up fast to catch up. That's a 6. He falls, and he also plummets to the ground with a sickening thud. Alright. So at this point, the competitors from Mitros and Astoria are running up to the the fourth leg. Cyanus, you see them coming. You don't see Sai, and you don't see the competitor from Arisia coming with them. They tag off. Their two competitors come off. The judge holds you back, waits for another 10-20 seconds, and then cues you both off. Alright, so you're starting to run downhill this craggy, rocky path, jumping over logs, darting around massive boulders and stuff, trying to keep your footing. Are you going to go normal or fast?
I mean, I feel like I've got to try catching up, so I'm going to go fast.
Alright, this is running, so it's going to be a DC 10 for normal, 15 for fast.
Okay. Alright, athletics.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Alright, so you get all wrapped up in the moment. That is, you stumble off the line, you trip, fall over a boulder. Mitros rolls normal, Astoria rolls normal, they're staying in the lead, they're going to start competing neck to neck pretty soon here. Astoria fails, he stumbles, and then the competitor from Arisia is going to roll normal, because they're just getting their ass kicked, and he wants to get his legs under him, and he fails. Jesus. Alright, so, you gain your footing, the path narrows and then goes over a hill, and as it dips down all the rocks around you, you see the amphitheater off in the distance. As your eyes track forward in front of you, you see this massive piece of burlap that gets ripped off by one of the judges on the side. You see these steaming, fiery, hot coals, a bed of coals stretching out in front of you, and within it you see these bright red and orange fire snakes twisting around amongst all the hot coals. Are you going to approach this fast or normal?
I've got to go fast again.
Go for it. Say DC 15. Alright. So, let me resolve these other guys. We're going to roll all this at once. Mitros, they're enjoying their advantage. They're going for it. That's a normal run. He fails. Astoria, he's going to roll normal because everybody else is falling around behind him. He succeeds. Competitor from Astoria is in the lead, and the competitor from Arisia is going to try and run fast. He fails horribly. Holy hell. Okay, so as you hit the hot coals, they burn into your hooves. Even going through the chitinous bottom of your feet, you feel the heat coming up. Snakes start to snap out at you as you're running through and dodging. All three of you. The only one who makes it through relatively unscathed is the guy from Astoria. I'll read this real quick. So he was running normal speed, so he is going to take 3d6 fire damage from the coals. And one snake is going to lash out at him with a +3. And that's a hit. So he takes 1d4 plus 1 piercing and an additional 1d6 fire. Alright. He takes 5 damage. He gets through relatively unscathed. Everybody else falls. So you faceplant in the coals. You roll around as the coals are burning into your skin. Your hair is singeing. The smell is horrible. You hear screams from the other competitors, and all of a sudden you feel snakes start to lash out at you, and you are prone. All right. So first off, you're going to take 3d6 fire from the coals. So you take, we're going to do it for everybody the same amount. You take 6 fire damage from running across the coals at a normal speed. As you fall, you take another 3d6. Alright, so it's another 12 fire damage to each of you. As you fall down, one by one, all these snakes converge on you, and they're all going to attempt to attack you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a +3 to hit. Alright, so the first one is a 9. Second one is a... well, these are with advantage, actually. So I'm going to combine the top two because you're prone. So the first one is a 13. Second one is a 17. Just remember how many hits you get. You got that? And this is the advantage for the third one. I'm going to roll regular advantage after this. So the first one is 11. This is a 9. That's a 14. Does that hit?
Mute.
Yeah, you're muted.
Alright, so anything over 14 hits?
If it meets or exceeds. If it meets your
so
AC
I got
or
hit by
exceeds.
2.
Okay, 2 so far. So this is the fourth snake, and this is rolling with advantage. That's a 6. This is the fifth snake. That is a 10. And this is the final 6th snake. Lunging towards you, sinking their fangs in. Okay, that's a 6. So you got hit twice. Alright, so you're going to take... that's an automatic crit. So you're going to take 2d4 piercing damage plus 1. You're going to take another 5 piercing damage, and you're going to take 2d6 fire damage. Really isn't that bad. Another 8 fire damage. With that, both the competitors that fell with you, they get consumed by fire. The snakes start biting into them, their mouths flaming, digging into their skin. They are just swarmed, and they start going up in embers. You scramble to your feet, slapping the rest of these weird red fiery snakes off of you, and proceed on through. Alright. So they're both going to get -6, and that was Mitros and Astoria. Alright, so, last leg. Are you going to go fast or normal?
I'm just going to go normal.
Okay. DC 10. Athletics check. Alright, 1 point for you, and obviously the person, Mitros, is kicking ass right now. They're going to go normal, and that's another point for them. So both of you catch up to the 5th leg. You see Euron and the other 3 competitors ahead. You see him coming. He has smoldering and soot all over his body. His fur is singed. There's blood coming off his arm, his legs. He tags. It's your turn. So, the beach lies ahead of you. You see it snaking left and right through these cliffs before it starts to open up off in the distance to an open area that sweeps back around towards the beginning. All right, first leg. Are you going to run fast or normal?
I'm going to run fast.
Okay, 15 for fast.
Alright, I think it's alt for advantage.
It is.
That worked. There we go.
All right, 24. So that's a success. So you get 2 points. Remind me again why you have advantage. I'm confused.
Oh, remember. Oh, sorry. Shit.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought I did.
You would have succeeded either way, or we're just gonna roll with it. Doesn't matter. Just remember you don't from now on.
I think I somehow thought was going haste.
Leyland has a
why.
plus 10, and they're running normal speed. No, actually, they would have been running fast speed to keep up with you. So they fail with a 13, so they get 0 points. Balana is going to run fast to try and catch up. She has a plus 0 to athletics. She fails. And Hatria, the Amazon, is also going to try and run fast. Plus 4 to athletics. For a 15, that's a success. 2 points. All right. Middle of the race. You come around the bend. You see the wide open in front of you. You see 3 strange... It's almost like structures. They're kind of cylindrical in shape and about 15 feet tall, and they have these thick burlap sacks on top of them. And there's 3 judges on the side, and their hands in a rope, like they're about to pull it. Are you going to run normal or fast?
Fast.
Fast? All right. That is a DC 15.
Holy girl. Yes!
Right. 2 for you. Mitros, Leyland is going to try and keep up with you. He has a plus 10 to athletics. He succeeds. Balana is going to try and run fast to catch up, so you're not doing well. That's another failure. She is exhausted. She's going to go normal after this. And Hatria did it last time at fast. It's an 8. They fail. All right. So all 3 of you neck and neck. Some falling, some getting ahead. Sand kicking all over the place. The wind starts to kick up around you and swirl around you. You see the amphitheater off in your distance. And then as soon as you get up to the first one of these strange burlap sacks, these 3 heavy canvas bags are tossed off to the side. You see these gilded bronze cages, and each one of them is a harpy, and they start singing. I need a wisdom saving throw.
No!
DC 11.
What's the DC?
DC 11, wisdom save.
Okay. Plus 0 wisdom.
Okay.
Pray for me, guys.
You have to make one for each harpy.
So, 1.
Run past the first one, you're able to shake off the effects. You've dealt with these before, you know what they can do. You clench your mind, keep running. Second wisdom save.
No, that's a 7.
You get caught in the trance, you lock eyes, and for a moment you stop running and start walking towards them. Let me roll for the other ones real quick. So I need 3 d20s. Leyland has a plus 1 to wisdom. And I'm going to expand this. So you failed the first one, 2 successes. You go ahead and roll the third one. We're going to count all 3. So he has 1 failure, 2 successes.
I have 2 successes,
Okay.
1 failure.
Falana has a plus 2 to wisdom. She's going to run past. And that is a 3, an 8, and a 2. That is a plus 2, so that's 3 failures. And then Hatria is going to run past. There's a plus 0 to wisdom. And that is an 8, a 13, and 2, so 2 failures. Alright, so as many successes as you got, that's how many points you get. So, Hatria gets 1 point, and Leyland gets 2 points, and you get 2 points, correct? Alright.
Yes.
And Falana gets 0 points. Alright, final leg of the race. You don't know how well your friends have done. You don't know how well you're doing. It just seems like sand's kicking up all over the place. The wind's blowing in your face. You start to hear people cheering as you're rounding the last bend. Everybody's counting on you. What are you going to do?
Fast.
All right, DC 15. You stumble. Let's see what your competitors do. They're all going to run fast to try and make a break. This is for Leyland with the plus 10. That's a success.
I tried.
This is for Falana with a plus 0. Fails. And this is for Hatchery with a plus 4. That is a success. So, you stumble, Leyland pulls ahead, Hatchery pulls ahead, you and Falana come in right behind them neck and neck, within arm's reach, but barely slower than them. The Oracle calls it off, the judges stop everybody and make sure that you're all still alive. The crowd is in a furious uproar, chanting, screaming, each one, Mitros, Astoria, Arisia, Heroes of Thylia, back and forth. It is a cacophony of jubilant noise as you see the other competitors start to come in, the ones that are still up. From the various legs of the relay. You are, after a brief moment, shining together in this marble golden stage in the middle of Mount Vulcan, with everybody cheering and rousing joys around you, shouting for each one of you. One by one, you're carted off this path that goes beneath the amphitheater seats and into a quieter dugout cavern of sorts to collect yourselves while the judges come back in, meet, and compare their notes. You have a moment. You're surrounded by all the competitors. There are several priests and natural healers tending to each of you. You're brought water, you're brought warm bread. You have a moment to talk to each other and enjoy this moment, or say whatever you need to say as the judges are doing their business.
Well, that sucks. But at least none of us
Woo!
died.
Oh, that gun! I own mine! Woo! That thing was great! How y'all doing? Up, blood, up, high blood, woo!
And I'm just like wiping soot off my face. I'm like,
Has anyone seen Sai?
I mean, I saw him.
I saw him fall.
Oh,
I didn't see him get up.
uh-oh.
Yeah, he's not here. Did you not notice that?
No, I didn't know if, if he was late,
Nah, he's
I think he's being looked at by the healers.
I'm
Tragic.
I'm just leaning over panting, just getting breath back.
Good job, everyone. Good job, yes.
They had fucking harpies on my leg. Harpies!
I mean,
Well, I mean, you've told us you love the ladies, so was it a fun run?
Yeah.
There you go.
Was
So
it
you had fun.
Yeah, I will actually, if my competitors are nearby, I will look to them and I will incline my head and say, it was an honor to compete against you. I'll wait until Joey's back to confirm that.
yeah.
No. Euron looks at her competitors and just kind of inclines, bows her head, and just goes, "It's an honor to compete against such excellent athletes. You do your kingdoms proud."
Mostly, you're greeted with polite nods, begrudging respect, even maybe a warm half smile or two, except from George's of the Order of Sidon. He doesn't seem to acknowledge your presence, and when you momentarily
That's because I clocked him.
When you momentarily lock eyes with him, he looks away and kind of stares towards the entrance, sitting there stoically, and just kind of breathing heavily and collecting himself.
Is he the plus 10?
Yes.
No.
No, I'm sorry, it's Leyland.
No.
Leyland's a plus 10.
Georges was one who ran against Volon and did very badly.
Yes.
Hey, Georges. I mean, good run, but sometimes there's not enough steam in the storm.
You'll get what's coming to you. Alright.
Full-on, kicks him on accident, like a running cramp. Just, hit him all of a sudden.
Out of nowhere, full on, you know what you're doing, but out of nowhere, everybody else, all of a sudden you see George just stand up and full on and George just go toe to toe, and then they just start boxing, wholesale, punching, kicking, gouging, blood's flying, people getting slammed to the walls. These two brutes of individuals, full on and George is equally muscled, equally determined, equally full
Bardic
of,
inspirations all over fucking Fogelon.
equally full of hatred. And as the attendants come in to collect you all and the judges, they get in one or two more licks each before getting drug away by everybody else. And Folon's fuming, "You stupid son of a bitch." And George is just got his head down. And he's partially fuming, partially grinning.
I've got my hand sort of on Folon's side, and sort of part of me is looking like, looks like I'm kind of being easy, but really, it's very obvious I'm also going that's my boy. That's my boy.
So,
Is that someone's knuckles?
yeah, sorry, I didn't know.
God.
It's not bad.
That was loud.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Didn't know it was picking it up. So, you are brought back out onto the center stage. The crowd, once they see you all again, rises up in that jubilant roar. Ina, in the meantime, you have been brought as a guest of honor. You've been invited down onto the path into the center stage as one of the heroes of the prophecy. You see, as you're walking up out of the cavern and onto the stage, you see King Acastus there with a laurel wreath for a crown, many medals on either side of the table, the sacrificial altar hanging there glinting in the sun. You see priests and priestesses on either side of the table. Everybody in the amphitheater is shouting, rising up, echoing. It's unlike anything you've ever heard. It's hard to think in such an environment. Everybody anticipating, waiting to see which kingdom or which group won the great games this year. As they were ceremonially before, you see rows upon rows on either side of the red-caped centurions of King Acastus, intermingling with them the cerulean blue-caped centurions of the Order of Sidon, like red, blue, alternating all around you, gleaming bronze spears and shields and helmets. It is a sight to behold, unlike any there has ever been before. Coming up onto the stage, you each take your place next to Ina, who stands out because Ina is somewhat clothed, as she normally is, and everybody else is in undergarments. But you all stand there together, kind of bruised, a little bleeding, very exhausted, and the rest of the groups take their places as well. King Acastus turns and looks at you, gets a signal from the attendants, casts his eyes up once more into the glorious crowd around him, and absorbs the fervor, absorbs the praise, playing it up to the fullest extent, waiting until it can't get any more anticipatory before raising his hands and slowly lowering them in the crowd. The crowd goes down around him. Just at this moment, the silver dragon, King Cassus, flies low over the crowd, pitching them in an uproar once again, before, over several minutes, they die back down. People of Mitros, my dear people, has this not been the most exciting contest in living memory? Several minutes of cheers, closed down, beaming in center all of the King of Cassus with the bronze crown. I have always loved the great games, and it has been my pleasure, my honor, to continue sponsoring them, even in these darkest of days. Indeed, I believe that even the gods themselves are watching, smiling upon us. I offer my sincerest congratulations to these fine people surrounding me on this stage, the greatest athletes in all of Thylea! Crowds thundering in their approval. Hundreds of flowers are cast into the arena, surrounding the king and the platform all around you. One by one, he calls you up. From the kingdom of Arisia. Long have we had our differences. We have spilled blood and crossed spears many times, but you have always been a worthy foe. And for this year, we honor you and thank you for your participation in the games. And each one of them is handed a purple flower necklace, kind of a participation trophy, not taking any of the medals off. And they stoically walk up, and the entire section from Arisia cheers for them. Everybody else is kind of mute as they kind of accept their participation award, basically, and they get charted off for coming in 4th place. Next up, our friends to the west, the competitors from Astoria. One by one they come up, and he places the bronze medal on each one of their necks. They bow, and they put their hand on their chest in appreciation as he does so with great aplomb, and then they also walk back to their place as the crowd dies down. And now, to our final 2 groups of athletes. The winner of this year's Great Games, the glory, the honor, the prestige, the competitors from Mitros! They all walk up, places his mithril crown on them, each one rising up, crowd going crazy, the mithril glinting in the sun. They all slowly go back. Brave, brave heroes of the prophecy, you honor us with your presence. With all of that you seek to do, you still came. You came to the Great Games, you participated, and you did us all a great service. I regretfully must award you the 2nd place golden medal at the Games. But let this not be a mark on your honor. Let this not be a mark on your purpose. All of Thylea stands with you. One by one, he goes up to each of you, puts the heavy golden medal around your necks, and stands there, the crowd loud and continuing on for even, it seems like several minutes longer than any of the other groups, even those from Mitros itself. You see Acastus standing there, looking around. He's smiling, soaking it all in, waving up, putting his arms towards you in an overzealous presentation form. And the crowd continues to go, and continues to go. And you see that the wide grin on his face begins to sullen a little bit. Becomes more forced than genuine. He looks over at you, your group, anxiously. Looks back at them. His grin goes bigger a little bit once more, and then waves up, rah, 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 and motions all of you back to your position. Puts his hands down. Crowd goes silent. As I said, the great people of Thylea, the Great Games honor us all and ensure the continued peace and tranquility between our kingdoms. It is good that you are here this day to celebrate this momentous occasion. However, there is another reason for you to be here today. To witness this. To witness justice. And at that, he looks off to the side. And all of a sudden you hear metal on metal sounds slamming around you as the bronze spears point in your direction. Shields go up. The centurions of King Acastus, the cerulean capes marking those that order side on, forming a perfect circle around you, bronze spears gleaming, directing at you. You have all been bewitched by some outlandish prophecy, by rumors of those who would defy the creators of this very world itself. These are no heroes. They are naught but common criminals. Murderers. Arsonists. And most egregious of all, traitors to the people of Thylea. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session at.